I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to my cameraman, Abdul. You haven't seen him on this channel, not much anyway, maybe in the background here or there, but this guy has been on a tear lately with his first 3 professional MMA fights. He has improved so much more in the last month than I have seen anybody improve in one single month, and I would attribute that to will, stubborn will. He wants it. Everybody talks about being hungry in the fight game. Abdul is a guy who really wanted it. I had another fighter, and he had a tough fight coming up with a steep weight cut. Steep weight cut. And he wasn't willing to do it, and, he backed out. Understandable. I don't blame him one bit. All the love and respect to that guy. But Abdul steps up, and he says, I want to do it. Not I will do, but I want to do it. Are you sure? This is a massive weight cut. This is your first fight. He's a much more experienced fighter. I want to do it. Abdul gets in there. He gets the work done. He knocks this dude out. And he's not just winning fights, he is following instructions. My fellow coach Hayrat, awesome dude, great coach. He is developing the skill of coaching. Already a good fighter, but developing the skill of coaching, and he's able to call out points that other people can't see. And what I mean by calling the shots. So Abdul's last fight, Hayrat says to him, use your jiu-jitsu. Mid-fight, all of a sudden, Abdul changes gears, goes from kicking and punching to, all right, let's choke this dude out. And so he does. And he doesn't just choke him out. He does it with a technique that I taught on this channel 17 years ago. And some of y'all mocked me for it and said, that wouldn't work against a white belt. Why? Because it looked kind of funny, looked kind of different. It's a one-arm guillotine choke. So Abdul, kicking butt, taking names, calling the shots, doing a great job, super humble, super hardworking. Couldn't be more proud of this guy. I just wanted to let you guys see the face behind the cameraman and some of the work he's been doing lately. I don't show a whole lot of the fighters that I coach here on this channel. Maybe I should. It would probably be something that you'd like to see, but at the same time, I don't like putting up footage of these guys because it's more material for their opponents to study. Doing film studies on your opponent, super useful. At the same time, I am not reluctant to put up Abdul's footage here because, again, he is just getting started. These aren't deeply ingrained, deeply established habits, except for the habit of getting out there and training, working hard, and getting it done. He is not the same guy he was 1 month ago. A couple of years from now, definitely won't be the same fighter he is today. He's on the up and up, friends. So study this footage all you want. If you face this guy, you're going to be seeing a whole different, whole better version of him. So here's a breakdown of the technique that he used, the one-arm guillotine, and how he used the cage to solidify that position and make his opponent strangle himself. It's Ramsey Dewey and Abdul. We're over here at the Mordor Fight Club, and this guy usually holds the camera for me. Today, he's going to be on film because he's going to show us a technique he used to win his last fight. It's a guillotine choke, and he did it with one hand, and he used the cage, an actual cage fighter using the cage. So, here, come on down here. So he ends up pulling guard over by the cage, and he's got the guy right here with the far side on him. Okay, there's a lot of pressure. And the guy is trying to climb the wall because he needs to be on this side to take the pressure off, but he can't. And he taps out. So let's just play out exactly what happened in the fight. Right. Put the squeeze on, the guy's trying to climb. Eventually he jumps up. Just makes it tighter. What happened there? Here Abdul has the front headlock, which will become the guillotine choke. His opponent is attempting to pass to the left side to get side control. The cage is in the way. Abdul takes this opportunity to slide his hand further up the chest. His opponent jumps out to the other side. Abdul switches to the ninja choke. His opponent attempts to jump to the other side. Once again, the cage is in the way. He cannot. Now, with this forward pressure, this actually pushes Abdul's hand up higher. And since the opponent is on the wrong side, boom, tightens up the choke. Let's move out to the open mat a little, right here. So if he's got a guillotine on this side, and I can jump over to this side, the opposite side, look, I can take the pressure. I'm going to be okay. I can even one flow choke him here and peel this off and fight back. But cage is in the way. One, this is a very important detail. So I need my body over here, and look, I can't. And so the only place to go is the wrong place, which makes it tighter. You can probably hear my voice changing right there. Okay? The second thing Abu did that was just crazy awesome was he did it with one hand. 17 years ago, I taught a one-handed guillotine choke here on YouTube, and people laughed at me, and they said, that wouldn't work against a two-stripe white belt. That's nonsense. Why are you teaching this garbage on YouTube? Because it works. I didn't make that technique up. My coach taught me that. His coach taught him that. His coach taught him that. And Elio Gracie taught him that. Yeah, the founder of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is old school stuff. So the hand on the chest, if it's down here, for any variation of a guillotine, no matter what the grip is, it's not going to work. It's going to be loose. That's where the neck fits. If we bring it up high, like you're a patriotic American pledging allegiance to the flag, even though he's Chinese, right? We're bringing the hand up here, that space gets smaller and tighter. Here, stand up. Let me borrow your neck. So if I put one hand here, and look at my hand, you can see it. It's on my chest, it's up high. And I put some pressure on by angling out here. Look, he taps out. You do that to me. So he's got his hand up high. He cinches that up just with some hip action. Now let's do that on the ground. So one hand. Right. Put that hand up high. Yeah. Now, is it good to have a two-handed grip? Sure. Is it good to have a ninja choke? Sure. Are these things good? Yeah. But can you also do it with one hand? Yeah. And in the context of MMA, where you're wearing gloves, adding an extra inch or two of padding, sometimes you can't get all the grips that you want. Okay? But the one hand on your chest is something that can almost always work, especially because the top guy is trying to squish you. He's trying to take away that space. He's putting pressure on. He's like... And if that one hand is in between him and my shoulder, if I put pressure on, it's actually making the choke tighter. Instead of peeling this hand off, I'm reinforcing it. I'm reinforcing that squeeze. So here, let's play it out one more time. So again, we end up in guard, and wisely, he scoots up next to the cage because he knows that other guy cannot walk over here. And going over here just makes it worse. So, awesome job, Abu. Once again, this guy almost always holds the camera for my technique videos here, so you don't see him on film much, but he's been tearing it up, winning his last few fights, doing an awesome job. So, excellent work. That's the product of getting out there and training. Speaking of which, thanks for watching. Now get out there and train.